Me personally, I'm not a big sweets guy, but I can definitely and undoubtedly stand behind a few, and one of those is the cinnamon roll. The combination of cinnamon, sugar, that enriched, beautiful sweet dough, and some cream cheese frosting. Oh my gosh. It's a delicious combination, and in a few short hours, I'm gonna have some beautiful BACRs. You ask, what's a BACR? Well, it's a big ass cinnamon roll. Let's turn up the heat. Starting with the dry ingredients, bring it in your mixing bowl, and to this, we're gonna add 3½ cups of all-purpose flour, a ½ teaspoon of salt. Use 1 full teaspoon of salt if you have unsalted butter. I've got salted butter, so I'm using just a half. 3/4 teaspoon cinnamon, a 1/4 cup granulated white sugar, and a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. A pinch or just some fresh grated nutmeg, and 2 1/4 or 1 packet of instant active yeast. The nice thing about instant is it's instant. You can add it to your dry. Once the liquid gets in there, it's dissolved. Get yourself a whisk and just simply mix to combine. Now moving on to the wet ingredients, starting with 6 tablespoons of butter and 3/4 cups of milk in between 110 and 120 degrees. Mix this up so that butter melts into the milk. As you mix, add 1 tablespoon of vanilla. And now instead of cracking just 1 whole egg into here, I cracked it into a bowl, scrambled it, and now I'm just gonna stream it in as I whisk. Bring your dry back in and add your liquid to your dry. At this point, we're just folding that flour, incorporating these two together. Once a dough ball forms, and once it comes together, just like this, and just give it a few kneads until a nice ball forms. And when you push on this dough, just like this, it should spring right back into place. If your dough's doing that, bring your bowl back in, toss in just a touch of oil, spread that around just so this dough doesn't stick, and add your beautiful little dough baby and a damp wet cloth to go over top. Once your baby's tucked in, ready to go to sleep, stick them somewhere warm for about 2½ hours or until doubled in size. And now for this simple, perfect, but beautiful and tasty brown sugar cinnamon filling. It's pretty simple. It's 2 ingredients, a 1/3 cup of brown sugar and a tablespoon of cinnamon. Toss these into the bowl, and all you have to do is mix. I've said it before and I'll say it again, cream cheese frosting, cream cheese icing, anything with cream cheese is simply the best. Now this isn't a cream cheese frosting, this is more of a cream cheese icing. And first, we're gonna be starting with, you guessed it, 4 ounces of cream cheese and a pinch of salt, along with 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of milk, and on low speed, go ahead and start to blend. After 30 seconds of mixing, add 2 cups of sugar in the powdered form. And just like that, your icing is done. These BACRs are going to be sticky and sweet, and you want to make sure they slide out of that pan, so make sure you butter it well. Just take your butter and simply all the way up on the edges, and then just go in with a sprinkle of flour. Not too much, just kind of toss it up on the sides, a little on the base. And now after about 2½ hours, your little baby has turned into a fully grown adult. All we're gonna do is press this down, completely degas it, take just a touch of flour, plop this guy straight on. Now we wanna roll this out into a rectangle, and once your dough is measuring about 1/4 inch thick, and it's, somewhat, it's got a little bit of a curve, but it's not bad. Take some nice soft butter and spread it evenly in a nice thin layer. This is just to let that sugar and the cinnamon adhere, and completely stick and soak in. And now we're going in with our beautiful cinnamon sugar mixture. Make sure to fill in every single crack. Make sure it's really nice, evenly spread out. And now comes the fun part. We start to roll. So now you're just going to come down to this bottom lip and working across, make the first tuck. Once that's formed, now you're just going to continue this process. As you roll, you want to make sure it's tight. So if you feel like it's getting a little loose, roll and then just pull back slightly. And just like that, your roll is looking nice. Perfect. The more squared off, the less of this underlap you'll get. It's not perfect, but who cares? Nothing is, right? Now the easiest way to cut this is with unflavored dental floss. All you do, get it underneath, cross, and pull. And just like that, you should have a perfect little spiral. And continue this process until they're all looking like this. And once they're all cut up, bring your pan back in and lay them in, giving a little bit of space around just to give them some room to grow. Too bad, we've got 11. If only we had 12, we could line them up, but it's all right. Like I said, nothing's ever perfect. Now we're gonna take that cloth one more time, cover these bad boys up, put those beautiful rolls somewhere warm for about an hour and a half, or until they get nice and plump and they fill out that space around. I'll show you what it should look like right before they go into your oven. After an hour and a half, these bad boys are looking amazing. Preheat that oven to 350 degrees, bake for about 20 minutes, cover with foil, and bake for about another 10. You want to make sure these things aren't getting burned. Nice and golden brown. Right here, I just tented for about the last 10 minutes. And man, do these things look absolutely gorgeous. And now, while they're hot, take your icing. Go ahead and just spread this over. And here they are, perfectly glazed, beautiful cinnamon rolls. Can't dig in while they're too hot, so I had to let them cool off just a little bit. And we'll go for the perfect bite right in the center of the heart. Moist, super cinnamony, nice and sweet. Wow. These right here are absolutely delicious. I held some of that icing back just so once this completely cools, you can add a little bit on top right before you eat it. If you like cinnamon rolls, you definitely got to try these out. If you like this video, give it a big fat thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and until next time, peace.